Look at all this junk. It's not junk. Yes, it is. No, it's treasure. I don't believe it's treasure. I believe it's things. It's his things. Whose things? Collector of all things.
Hello everyone, this is Collector of All Things, and as you can see on the screen right now, we have three Star Trek spaceships, and these are specifically really tiny micro machine style spaceships. So I'm going to show off these three, and I have two other ones. And basically, these three that we're looking at right now, I received them, and one you can see is the at the top on the top left side is a topper from a drink that you get at the movie theater, which came out with the Star Trek movie. The one underneath it is actually a Romulan warbird that comes out of a cereal box. And the one right beside it is a Defiant that you would use in a game when playing with these little tiny ships, and you do little micro battles. That's kind of like a board game. After that, I'm going to show you these two other ones right here. This one here is the Franklin from the movie, and that too is also a topper. And then the Romulan warbird that's beside it. So going back to the other three that I started with, when I got these, I wasn't too impressed with the way that they looked. And really, these were the toppers were for my kids, and the cereal box one. And we weren't doing anything with them, but I really do enjoy micro machines. So I decided to improve upon them. And I didn't want to do anything too fancy with these three. I said, let me see what would happen if I did a repaint of these three. So I tried to improve them. Whether I did or I didn't, that'll be up to if you what you think. I think I did a pretty decent job. So let's start with the first one. The first one that I'm going to show off is this one, the Romulan warbird that came out of the cereal package. So this is what it looked like when I got it out of cereal package. Really nondescript, no color, no paint, no nothing, just basically like a gray type plastic. And now let's take a look at what I did. And this here is the same one in the picture. And what I did with this one is I painted it. And you can see that I put kind of a layering of green. That's being a Romulan warbird, it would be in green. And this is just simple, different colors of lighter and darker green that I mixed up to give the effect that you see right here. And I think it came out phenomenal. I really, really enjoy it. It's got like a little metallic tinge to it. I think it looks more realistic. And compared to the gray looking style, I think it really, it adds something to it. So I'm really happy with the way this came out. And this is a simple acrylic paint that I applied with a brush. And yeah, I did a couple of layers, and I did some dark inside it. But I think it just came out fantastic. I really, really liked the way it did. Simple, basically one color, dark and lighter. A little bit of flecks of paint inside to give it that metallic look, little damaged look, or like that it's been in service. And I think it just looks phenomenal. So that was my first repaint. Now let's go and take a look at another one. The next repaint that I did was this one here, which was the USS Enterprise from one of the newer movies. And it was a topper that was on a drink that we bought. So you paid, $1 or $2 extra, and you got this topper on top of your drink. And again, the kids wanted it, got it. And I wasn't too impressed with the way that it looked. So I decided to see if I can improve the look on it. So basically it was just simply a one color type of white beigey plastic with a little bit of color put inside. So what I came up with is this right here. So this is the repaint that I did. I thought it would look good with a metallic style repaint. And I added a little bit of details with the blue, which I think came out really, really, really nice. Now, it wasn't a perfect plastic. Of course, I could have sanded it and made it look a little bit nicer, but it was just to see if I can improve it with a simple repaint. And I think, again, this came out really, really nice. Again, acrylic paint, a couple of layerings. I had to layer different colors of silver, which I mixed myself to give it like a more in-depth look. And then little tiny details like spots with, oh, can't focus here because it's really small. Little spots, I made them a little darker. So right about on the points here. And again, I think this one came out looking substantially better than the topper looked when you get it. And it looks, I'm pretty proud to have this on display. I think this looks really, really nice. It's a wonder what a little bit of paint can do to improve a product. So there you go. So I really like how this came out. And two simple repaints that I think improved the models. Now, the next one that I repainted is this one right here. And this is the Star Trek Attack Wing Defiant. Now, I've always been a big fan of the Defiant from Deep Space Nine. But I couldn't find a really good picture, and I kind of went crazy right away and painted it without even actually, taking pictures of what it looked like before. But you can get an idea looking at this package that it's a pretty standard, straightforward paint job. Nothing really exciting about it. And so now let's cut away and take a look at what I came up with. So again, I went with a metallic paint, and I added in a ton of detail. I just thought that it made it pop so much nicer. Again, what paint can do to make little tiny micro machine. Well, these aren't micro machines, but they're kind of micro machine-ish. They're not the actual micro machines. This one is from NECA, which is their WizKids line, and it's part of their board games. And I think it came out really, 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 really nice. So this one took a little bit longer because I took a little bit more time on it. And I wanted to get more detailing, painting in the little tiny dots and getting in the little black in there and getting the bluish tint on the silver and the thrusters in the back, the engines, in the front too. This one was kind of a little bit of a labor, but again, I think it looks so much nicer than it did when I purchased it. And again, I'm happy to have it on display. And I'm pretty proud of this one. I think this one came out really, really, really nice. All right, now let's move on to the other two. So right here we have the other two that I was showing. And why I put these two together, kind of like in this split screen right here, is because these aren't a simple repaint. Again, we're looking at the USS Franklin, which is from the movie. And I wasn't too impressed with the design of the topper. This is no knock against the ship itself. Ship was pretty nice, but the topper wasn't really nice. I found the proportions were off, and the plastic and the paint and everything was really nice. Again, it's a topper. It's not meant to be expensive. And beside it, I do actually have a Micro Machines first gen Warbird. And I got a couple of these. So I said, I wonder if I could do something a little bit special with this. And if I can combine both to make a unique ship. And I didn't want to do anything too crazy. I just basically went and I got an X-Acto knife and I started cutting pieces and then taking some glue, gluing it together, and then went for a paint just to see if I could create something different. Now, when I'm going to show you this, you may find that it's not the most beautiful ship out there. You may not like the design. Really, it was just me having a little bit of fun, seeing if I could make something different. And this is what I came up with. So as you can see, this is a combination of both of the ships. So I took one of the nacelles from the Franklin. I took the wings from the old Warbird. and I cut everything up and I glued it all together to create a unique ship. And yes, I know it's not perfect. You can see the little lines there and stuff. I could have, maybe sanded it down and did a little bit more sculpting. But this was just strictly a little quick, fun design to see if I could do this. And maybe in the future, if I wanted to create something a little bit nicer. But I like the way that it came out. I like the paint. I think the proof, it proves the concept that it is actually, you can do this. And, it's not perfect, but I enjoy doing it, and it's unique. It's something that I'm not going to see everywhere. So I had a lot of fun building this one. There was an effort trying to figure out a way to make everything work together. But in the end, I was able to come up with this, and now I have a ship that I can name. And I think that's pretty cool. In fact, if anybody wants to give a shot at naming this ship, go ahead if you want to leave it in the comments. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way that the paint came out and just the overall how everything came together. Again, it's probably not the most beautiful ship, and I doubt we'll ever see any design like this in Star Trek. But it was a kind of a proof of concept, and I think I enjoyed the look and the paint better than the Franklin that I got as a topper. So yeah, there you go. So let's pull back, put it over here, and bring back all the customs and repaints that I've done and see. So I don't know if you have a favorite out of these, but I think they all came out really, really nice. Look at that. So this was like a little labor of love there, just a little bit of fun to just make something different, and to see if I could pull it off by painting the micro machines. Maybe if you've seen some of my other videos, I've painted little army men, and I've also done the foam and stuff. I really enjoy painting, so this was a great little hobby of mine. So I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you like taking a look at these 4 custom designed or custom painted, I should say, mini spaceships. And if you did, don't forget to put a like. I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, don't forget to leave the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care.